Hi everyone, Leanne here. I hope you're doing well. So I am going through my entire fountain pen collection now that I've been in this hobby for over 3 years. It feels so fitting for me to talk about my fountain pen collection right now because I just passed 10,000 subscribers on my channel. Such a big milestone. And I also found out that the Korean translation for fountain pens means a 10,000 years pen, which basically, first of all, being Korean American, and of course, having started this channel, my first video being a fountain pen collection video, it makes so much sense that I would honor this 10,000 subscriber milestone by talking about my collection of 10,000 years pens. So what I'll do is I have 36 pens. I will go through each and every one of them and just talk about some personal significance, how I might use them, any little interesting tidbits of information that I might know. So get settled. With 36 pens, if I'm going to be talking for about a minute on average for each pen, it's going to be a pretty lengthy video. You'll also get to see a little bit of my pen storage options here. So this is my Galen Slip and Zip 4-pen pouch case, or 4-pen case. This is made by And Lieb, and I have 5 pens here. This is the Penroll Yoseka Stationery and Superior Labor collaboration in the Yoseka Green. Love it so much. And this has 7 pens. And then I have in here 20 pens. This is a 20 pen case made by Galen Leather. And I have 20 here. So why don't we go ahead and do this one because it has my very first fountain pen. I think what we will have to do is go through this side because my very first fountain pen was a Lamy AL-Star. This is a Lamy AL-Star made of aluminum metal, and it's got like a translucent smoky black, smoky gray grip section here. This is in an extra fine nib. This was my very first fountain pen, the very first writing implement that got me tumbling down the fountain pen rabbit hole. I have very fond memories of inking this pen with Diamine Holly and absolutely loving the writing experience. There was one time where I was very close to selling this because I thought, well, I shouldn't keep it for sentimental value, but I held on to it, decided, you know what, let me try inking it up again. And so I did. And I'm so glad that I kept it. It's got the Lamy logo right here. It's etched onto the body. Snap cap, and just such a reliable writer. I will have this forever, I think, because of sentimental value, and it's also just a very nice, reliable writer. So going down the Lamy line, I have these 2 exclusives. This is the Asia exclusive in field green. It's got a very shiny gold clip here, a black nib and a medium nib. These are stainless steel, by the way. And I bought this when I went to Japan to the Itoya, the Ginza Itoya store. And I thought this was the Itoya exclusive, and that's why I bought it. But when I came home, I found out that it was the Asia exclusive, not Itoya exclusive. So when I found out that Allison from Little Coco Studio was going to Japan later that year, I asked her, and I asked for a favor, and I asked her if she can get me the Itoya exclusive, and she said sure. And here it is. This is so elegant. It's so refined. It's understated. This has a copper or like a rose gold colored, like a satiny clip here. It's not super shiny, but it's also not matte, and it's just beautiful. And this is in a fine nib, a black nib as well. Absolutely beautiful. I think the Lamy Safari, the Lamy AL-Star, this design is so unique and it's timeless. Also just a lovely, lovely writer. Then I have these two Lamy Safaris. This is in the white, and this is, I think it's neon yellow. I got this at the San Francisco Pen Show last year in 2024. I bought it, I believe, from, his name is Rob Nurin, or Bob Nurin. I'm so sorry if I'm if I'm getting your name wrong. But I bought this at the San Francisco Pen Show. I got it because, as you can see, my palette is quite understated. And this is probably the brightest pen that I have. This is in an extra fine nib, and this is probably the only one that is, actually this and my white one, these are the only two that are in the stainless steel. Like, it's not coated in that black coating at all. It's just clear, you know, straight up stainless steel. They're both extra fine nibs, and I find that they are juicy writers, and I love them. They're just so reliable. Oh, just decided to switch out the caps just to see. That's kind of fun. And I don't have these inked all the time, but whenever I just want to have a pen that I know that I like to use, is very reliable, then I will grab these two. Okay, coming on down the line, we have my TWSBIs here. These also happen to be some of my earliest fountain pens when I started this hobby. These are the TWSBI Ecos. This is a clear TWSBI Eco, black, and this is white and rose gold. My white and rose gold is in extra fine. These are all stainless steel, by the way, extra fine. This one is extra fine, and my clear is in a fine. And I love these writers. They are as reliable as the Lamy Safaris, and I love to have these on hand. I think these are the three TWSBI Ecos that I will never get rid of. This one in particular, for some reason, it's got to be my favorite writer out of the three TWSBI Ecos. This is my TWSBI Diamond Mini. This is in a fine nib, stainless steel. And as you can tell, these are piston fillers, piston fill fountain pens. Just by screwing the blind cap or the end cap here, it helps you to draw in the ink. And these Diamond Minis, what's fun about, the fun feature about these is that you screw on your cap and then it goes to a full-size pen. This is my only Pelikan. This is a Pelikan M200 in copper rose gold. I bought this from Atlas Stationers. It's currently inked with Tacha Akasakura. And this is an extra fine nib, stainless steel. It's beautiful. Also, just like the TWSBI Diamond Mini, it's a piston fill. So all you have to do is screw, unscrew this end cap here. I don't want to do it right now because it is full of ink. And this is a very wet writer. And because Pelikan is a German company, it's a Western nib, and this Western extra fine nib writes very broad and juicy for an extra fine. It would be probably similar to a Japanese in between of a fine and medium. But this is very, very nice, and it's a wonderful, it's currently just a perfect pairing with Tacha Akasakura because it offers some beautiful shading. If we flip it over, I have, this is just beautiful. It's a stunner. I have my gold pens, and then I have my two Leonardos. Let's start with my Pilot Custom 823 screw cap. This is a 14 karat gold in a fine nib. It's beautiful. This resin, this plastic resin that Pilot uses, it almost has a bit of like a soft rubbery sort of feel to it. It's hard for me to explain, but the grip is just very nice. And this is a vacuum filler pen, which means that if I unscrew it, and it is currently inked, but if I unscrew it and I draw the syringe back, if I push it down and while having it in an ink reservoir, when I push, after I've pulled it out and I push it back in, keeping the nib submerged in ink, then by the vacuum, the pressure that it's created inside, when I push it in, it sucks up the ink, and that's how it fills up the reservoir here. I'm not sorry, I apologize if I was a little confusing there, but I hope you get the point. But anyway, this is a luxury pen to me. It feels so different from all of my other pens. I like to use this pen, especially with journaling, because it has a bit of a larger nib. Uh, yeah, because it's a larger nib, I find that I like to write a little bit more loose and a little bit more rapidly. And I don't write so rapidly when I'm planning. When I'm planning, I'm trying to look for my planner. Just a second. Let me go grab my planner. Okay, so when I write in my planner, it requires me to write very small. And for that reason, I prefer having kind of like a smaller nib when I write in my planners. For example, my Pilot Vanishing Point right here. So actually I forgot, I didn't count this in my original number. It's actually 37 pens that I have. This is my 37th pen, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But I do prefer pens with smaller nibs when I have to write more precisely when I'm writing in print typically. And so my smaller nibbed pens will generally be used for planning, and then some of these longer, more substantial pens I will use for journaling. All right, next up is my Platinum Century 3776 in Shape of Heart. What's lovely about this is that up here at this finial on the cap, there are like little crystals of different shapes, of different sizes, and inside this little domed area, there are 2 heart cutouts. Heart cutouts from the breather holes here, because as you can see, the Platinum Century, I think it's all Platinum Century 3776s, they have little heart-shaped cutouts for the breather hole. And normally Platinum will take those cutouts and melt them again and use them to make more nibs. But for Shape of Heart, what they did is they put 2 of them in here. So every now and then when I've got time, I will roll my pen around and try to find the 2 hearts. Sometimes I'm just trying to find one because it can be pretty hard to try to find it. But anyway, this is probably one of my top 5 favorite pens. This has a lot of rose gold detailing, 14 karat gold, and a fine nib. And I currently have this inked with Tatcha Ainezu, and that's in my most recent currently inked video. This has a converter, and it is a screw cap. Absolutely gorgeous, one of my favorites. Next up is the Lamy 2000 in the Macrolon plastic, I believe. I bought this from Kristen from Life Inspired Design. I bought it from her at the San Francisco Pen Show. This is in an extra fine nib, 14 karat gold. And this also, you cannot see it. Oh, and because it's empty, I can show you. You can't even see the seam here, but you twist it and it releases. It shows you that this is a piston fill. So what I'm doing right now is I'm drawing in ink, and then when I close this end cap, when I screw it closed, then it draws in the ink. And this is lovely. This just reminds me of a European sports car. Oh, I love it so much. It's beautiful and it's so sleek, very futuristic looking and timeless. This is my other Platinum Century 3776, and this is in Lilas. This is in a 14 karat gold medium nib, and as you can see, there is a heart punch out for the breather hole. Now, what I love about this pen, first of all, is the rose gold detailing, because I do love my rose gold. The story with this pen is I was in Kyoto, and I went to, I think it was a tag stationery shop, and it was there that I decided I was going to buy a fountain pen because I hadn't purchased a fountain pen during my entire trip while I was in Japan. And when I was at the tag stationery store in Kyoto, I thought I would get a pen that I wouldn't normally get because, as you can see, I kind of pick very understated, neutral, kind of like your basic or classic sort of colors. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to get something colorful. And so I got this in a medium nib, and also I don't normally get medium nibs. So I thought it would be just a nice souvenir to have. And while I was there, I also did buy the Cherry of Kage ink. And when I have it inked in this pen, it writes beautifully. Screw cap. Also, as you can see, because of its translucent body, I don't even have to unscrew it, but I just wanted to show you that it also has an ink converter. Beautiful pen. Okay, next up, I have my two Sailor Pro gears. Now, as you can see, this is a Sailor Pro gear. This is a Sailor Pro gear Slim, so you can see the difference in size. This is Juliet Grace. That is the name that I've given this pen. It is a 21 karat gold. This is a hard, what does it say? Is it a hard medium fine? A hard medium fine pen. So it's got rose gold hardware, but the nib itself is gold, not rose gold. And this is a beautiful, beautiful writer. I bought this at Oblation Papers in Portland, and I got it in their pre-owned section. And I absolutely love this pen. It's so elegant. It's understated. It's almost like it reminds me of like a grown-up version of Cinderella. And I loved this pen. This is probably the first pen that I have loved, so much so that it's the only pen that I have named. And I promptly called this pen Juliet Grace. And I like to have this pen inked with Herbin's L'Âme de Cassis. Now this one here has not shown up in my currently inked pens because I need to get it tuned. It is very scratchy. I bought this pre-used. Either it was on the virtual pen, the virtual pen network, but I bought it pre-used, so I wasn't able to test it out before I bought it. However, I really do love the colorway. It's white with rose gold hardware, and actually, I think it's also a gold nib. Oh, you know what? It's a slightly different shade of gold. It's a little bit more rose gold, whereas Juliet Grace's nib is a little bit more of like a yellow gold. This one is more of a deeper, almost like a rose gold, if not a rose gold color. So I have it because I really do adore the colorway, and all I need to do is take it to a pen show. I haven't been able to go to a pen show ever since I got this pen, but my intention is to take it to a nib meister and get it fixed, so that I could be able to use it. Absolutely gorgeous. I do have an empty converter in here for now, and so this will show up in a future currently inked, but as of right now, it's just going to stay in my storage. But this will be a great segue and size comparison to my Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This is in Manju, M-A-N-J-U. Beautiful, beautiful, like pinky brown pastel color. And this is in a 14 karat gold nib, and this is in a fine. And if I were to unscrew the Pro Gear, you can see the size difference here. Not only is it smaller in girth, but it's also smaller in length. And also the nib size is slightly different. And I think this is just such a beautiful, elegant pen. I don't remember where I bought this pen, but I did buy it online, brand new. Beautiful, fine writer. Okay, screw cap. Now this pen is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim Shikiori Autumn Drizzle Kirisame, and I got this pen as a gift from my dear friend Taryn. It's got a bicolor nib, 21 karat gold, and it's in a medium fine nib. And it's beautiful. This resin, it's just like a satiny, almost matte, kind of purpley lavender, muted purple color. And it's got like this really nice peachy, translucent finial. What can I say with Sailors? They're reliable. They're wonderful, wonderful pens. Okay, so that was a tour. Oh, actually, I have one more gold nibbed pen. This is my Pilot Vanishing Point in black matte or matte black. This is in the extra fine nib. I carry this with me every single day. I have it in my pen loop here with my daily A6 Techo. By the way, people have asked, this is using gaffer's tape. I saw it online on somebody's YouTube channel, and if I can find the exact channel or the video, I will have it linked in the description box below. But I've had it now on here for most of the year, and I love it. Absolutely love it. You can, I mean, not that you can, because it's gaffer's tape, you can remove it if you want without leaving a residue. But I've really enjoyed it. But yes, this is an extra fine nib. It is not a juicy writer. So that's exactly why I like to plan with it in here. I can write very, very fine. Where's an example? Yes. Okay, so this right here is written with my Pilot Vanishing Point. The ink is Tatcha Aka Sakura. And it writes very fine, and it's perfect because I want a very, very fine line when I'm writing in my planner, because I want the ink to dry quickly. I don't want to be planning and have to leave my planner open just because the ink is still wet. So I keep this housed in here. This Pilot Vanishing Point is my everyday carry. I have it with me all the time, and I love it. Okay, so now I have my two Leonardo pens. This is a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0, and this is the Leonardo Momento Zero, not a Grande, just a regular. And you can see the size difference, size comparison here. I got this from Gold Spot Pens. This is Foresta Umbra, and this is out of a collection of 150 pens, and this is pen number 108. And I bought this pen because I just loved how just earthy this pen is, Foresta Umbra. So it's very earthy, very green, it's very grounded. I like to consider myself as being a grounded person. This here is, well, it's got a blind cap, but essentially what you do, I just want to show you that it is actually connected to the converter itself. So it's not a piston fill, but it feels like it could be a piston fill. But that's the great thing about this pen is you just take the cap off and you draw the ink by using this extended converter. And you don't have to disassemble the pen in order to draw the ink. You just have to take off the end cap or the blind cap. This is in a stainless steel nib. It's a fine nib. And this is just a nice bouncy writer. And then I would almost consider this my holy grail pen. This is Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0. The 2.0 meaning that they have included an inkwell here, because I think previous Momento Zero Grandes do not have this inkwell. So the 2.0 version has this inkwell. And this is called Dalia Eveline. And I believe if any of you happen to know or can confirm this, I think that this resin is Red Abalone by Jonathan Brooks. I bought this because my holy grail pen is the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in Abalone. I've yet to find it because it was released, I think, 3 years ago, and I can't seem to find it anywhere, or at least anywhere where it's decently priced, because it is quite expensive. This pen, when this pen came on the market about a year ago, I have been really thinking hard about buying it or not, or if I should just pass on it. But I decided to buy it. This is a stainless steel nib, which helps to keep the cost much more affordable than a gold nib. It's an extra fine nib, and I have it currently inked with Tatcha Ruri, R-U-R-I. And can I tell you, you probably don't even have to be told, but it seems like I am obsessed with Tatcha inks these days, which is very true. Now, how I draw the ink, oh, looks like my candle is burning out. This is a piston fill, so I don't want to unscrew it right now because it will expel some ink. But writing with this pen, it's such a comfortable experience because the grip section here has some girth and it's very comfortable in my hand. And being that it's a larger pen, it's got a larger nib, I do like to journal with this pen. But look at how beautiful this resin is. Let's go to my pen roll. This is the Yoseka Stationery TSL Traveler the Superior Labor collaboration. In here, I have my 4 knockaround pens. These I just throw in my bag. I don't really care. I'm not precious with these at all, but they happen to be some of my most reliable pens. These 2 here are my Platinum Preppies. This is Perpanep, and then this was a pen that I got in the brick and mortar shop of Bungubox. This is in a 03 nib, stainless steel, so that would be a fine. This is also a fine, a 03 nib. And snap caps, they seem to never dry out on me. Very reliable. I use these pens a lot when I want to test out an ink. And what can I say? They're just reliable and they're really affordable. This is my Kaweco Perkeo. And this is an affordable pen as well. This is in a fine nib. And you can see that it's a smaller nib. And so I do like to plan with this pen as well. It's a bit of a drier pen, I would say, a drier writer. It's not really a gusher of an ink or a gusher of a pen. But because of that, that's why I do like to plan with this pen. And I don't have a converter. I just have a Kaweco, an empty Kaweco cartridge that I will just reuse. I'll clean it and I will reuse it. And I really like it because it's super light. I don't have to worry about it. I do have to say though that inks do tend to dry out much more quickly in this pen than my Platinums. So if I plan on inking this pen, then it's going to be a pen that I will probably have to reach for quite often. Otherwise the ink will dry. And then this looks familiar because it is a dupe for the Pilot Vanishing Point. This is in the black striated version. This is a Jinhao 10. And this is in a stainless steel fine point nib, and I love it. I really, really do. I love to use this pen for planning, but I do have to say because it is a fine and it's not made by Pilot, it definitely is a wetter writer. It also writes a little bit more broadly than my, of course, this is an extra fine, but nonetheless, it's a smooth writer, and I really like to write with this. Also, one thing about the Jinhao 10s, they are wonderful if you're going to use it every single day. But if you're not going to use it every single day, then there is a tendency for this ink to dry. But when I do have this pen inked, I do reach for it at least a few times a week. And when I am reaching for it a few times a week, I haven't had any issues with the ink drying out. So I really, really love this pen, and it is one of my knockaround pens. This one here is my Kaweco Dia 2, or Kaweco Dia by Kaweco Dia. This is in, I think it's a brass body, but nonetheless, it's a metal body. I got this from a viewer. This is a stainless steel extra fine nib. This nib size is very similar to, it's identical to the Kaweco Classic Sport nib sizes. And it does have a standard converter in here. I really love this pen. I don't use it quite often, but whenever I do, I really enjoy using it. And because it is a smaller nib, it also tends to write a little bit drier. I do like to use this pen for planning as well. So it's not really a journaling pen, but a planning pen. And it's very nice, sleek, elegant, very simple design. Next up is my Pilot Prera. I got this because it's a beautiful, warm, sunny yellow. This is in a stainless steel fine nib, snap cap. And what can I say? Pilot pens are so reliable. This is, this has a converter. And whenever I just want some color in my fountain pen collection for my currently inked, I will grab this pen. And I would consider this also like a knockaround pen as well. I really like it. Now this one is my Esterbrook Estie in Botanical Gardens. And I have this in the journaler nib. And you could see, I don't know if you could see, it says M for medium, but Gina Salarino, the Nibmeister, did grind it to a journaling nib. So I believe it's broader cross strokes and broader downstrokes and then thinner cross strokes. So it's a little bit like a stub, but it's more of like it's not really a stub nib, but it's almost like one. It's kind of like a softer stub. So this is really, really beautiful. I haven't written with it much these days, I think because I use my fountain pens predominantly for planning. And so for that reason, I do use my fine and extra fine nibs. And so I'm going to see how I do. I hope to use this more often this upcoming year. Oh, I did want to say the reason why that I got this colorway is because, as the name suggests, Botanical Gardens, I really picked up gardening these past few years, and it's a beautiful floral sort of pattern. Okay, we are down to my final 9. Okay, now this is kind of unofficially my pocket pen section. This is my classic Kaweco Classic Sport, but this one is in the piston fill. It's beautiful. It's classic. It's so reliable. This is in a stainless steel extra fine nib. Also, I take off the blind cap, and it reveals the piston fill screw here. So it is inked right now, so I can't demonstrate it, but a turn counterclockwise will expel any ink. But when you turn it clockwise, that's when you draw in the ink. And this is just, as soon as I unboxed it, I wrote with it, and it writes like a dream. I would say for an extra fine, this is a very wet writer. So I do tend to journal with this more than I will plan with this pen. Okay, now this one, you may have never seen this before, but I've had this now for about 6 months. It's the Kolo Tino fountain pen. I bought this on Top Drawer's website. I love it because it's beautiful. It's very elegant. It is a medium nib, and I think all Kolo Tino fountain pens come only in a medium nib, though I wish it came in fine. It's beautiful. I love it. I love the design. I love the aesthetics. I want to love it. Unfortunately, at least for me, the way that I grip this pen, something about this little grip section. I don't mind that it's narrow, because I'll get to this pocket pen in just a second, but I think it's this step up right here. I think aesthetically it's beautiful, but functionally, I personally haven't written with this pen long enough to either enjoy it or get used to it. So I still have it in my collection. I think I'm still experimenting and seeing if this pen will work with me, will work for me, but we shall see. Otherwise, I think aesthetically it's beautiful. I just wish that it just worked better for me. But as you can see, it's a snap cap. Really, really beautiful. Now here we have one of my all-time favorite pens. This is a Traveler's Company fountain pen made out of brass, and the colorway is Factory Green. My favorite. It's a reliable, juicy writer. It's in a fine nib, and it makes my handwriting shine. It's also very comfortable to hold. It's also so durable, being that it is a brass pen. And I love the patina that is developing because I use it so often. I love all of the scuff marks and the nick marks that are developing because I carry this with me everywhere. I'm absolutely in love, and this is my ride or die. Ride or die. Okay, and then last but not least, this is also one of my favorite pens. This is a TWSBI Diamond Mini, and this is in a stainless steel fine nib. Also, just like my other Diamond Mini, you will screw the cap on to the back to post, and it becomes a full-size pen. I bought this pen at Yoseka Stationery in person. In fact, I was chatting with Daisy, and I asked for a recommendation, and this was the pen that she recommended. So I got this pen, and she is right. I love it myself. So this would be a pen that I would recommend to everyone. I absolutely love it, especially if you don't mind, or if you kind of have a smaller hand or to medium sized hand. I really love the feel, the way that it writes, and sometimes I will plan with this pen too. The one thing though is I do have it inked with Tacha Koyame, and I think it was because of that ink that it stained the white part. So that's unfortunate, but you know what? For me, it's also a sign that I love writing with this pen. And so to me, it's offered a little bit of character and love now that it has been like broken in my opinion. Now, last but not least, thank you so much for staying with me. Oh, wow, my candle is still burning. Okay. On the left, these are my Opus 88 demonstrator pens. I bought this clear demonstrator from Jet Pens. This is in a, I believe this is in a fine, oh, this is in an extra fine nib. And as you can see, this offers a ton of ink capacity. I don't use it quite often, and I honestly don't know why. It's probably because of the size of the collection. This one I got from Gold Spot Pens for review. What I love about this is Twilight Sonata, and what I think is so beautiful about this pen, and actually it reminds me a lot of like the Leonardo Momento Zero in Foresta Umbra. They both have diamond cast, like little diamond dust sprinkled throughout the resin. And so it offers just really elegant shimmer. At least I have my 3 Benu pens. This was the first Benu pen that I got. I got this pre-loved. This is a Benu Talisman Venus hair, stainless steel, and this is in a fine nib. By the way, this is Benu Pens uses Schmidt nibs, and not only that, the Traveler's Company brass pen also uses Schmidt, and so does Kolo Tino pens. I do like Schmidt nibs. That's all I have to say. This is beautiful. I bought this because I love brown autumnal inks. So this is just a lovely writer. What can I say? Benus are known to be very wet, juicy writers, and this pen does not disappoint. And I like the browns with the gold glitter and with some of this like copper rose gold sort of flecks as well. So it's just very nice. Now these last 2 pens, this is a pen that I received from Gold Spot for review. This is a Margarita pen and stainless steel medium nib, and it has a converter inside. You know, I love to use my Benu pens with inks that have shimmer in it. And this is a really fun pen. When you have it capped, you don't see all the colors underneath it, but once you uncap it, you see the fun green. And if you smell the grip section, it's got a faint sort of like lemon lime smell, so that makes it fun. Yeah, so this is just a fun pen. So I think, you know, for one of these currently inks, when I want to have kind of like a zesty, fun, playful, currently inked selection, I would probably have this along with like my vibrant neon yellow Lamy. I'd have like my sunny warm yellow Pilot Prera, and just some of my more bright colors, just because this is just a fun and playful pen. And then last but not least, I have my Benu Darwin. This is part of their tribute series. It's a Benu exclusive, and this is Darwin. And I love it. It is a fine, oh no, it's a medium. It's a medium point, a medium nib. You see the teal and some of the eggplant purple in here, along with the brown. There are just so many inks that you can pair this pen with. It's a reliable writer. I love that this band here is made out of metal, so that when I post it, it is definitely a large pen. When I post it, it's nicely balanced. And because it is a wet writer and a juicy writer, I use this primarily for journaling. And let me just show you the size differences of these 3 pens. So this is a Talisman. It's part of the Talisman series. This is the Euphoria series. And then this is part of the Tribute series. So you could see it's larger. I mean, I was going to say largest, but I would say heaviest because of the metal band here. All right. Thank you so much for sticking it through with me. I'm so excited that I have reached 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey. Thank you for those of you, especially those of you who started with me from the very beginning. I'm looking forward to the journey ahead. Thanks so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.